But that's for later. That's not for now. That's for later. Oh my god. Okay. Need a bass line. So I got all kinds of percussion going right now. Like a lot. The basics. And then we got some taiko drums. This should be perfectly synchronized. Every 4 measures. Yeah, it's just missing a little gap from the beginning, which is weird, but you won't notice it if you layer it with kick. Damn, it's just gone. We got bongos. And we got... Oh, yes! Naughty. I think that's nasty. That's just a distorted percussion thing, all like using whatchamajiggers. The number of things in the Euclidean. That's the name. Euclidean little sequences from the dot here. But one's like 10 parts long, one is 14 parts long, and one is 16 bits long. So it's like there's some polyrhythmic shenanigans going down there. But yeah, what I need is a bass line that can fit with that kind of thing. We are in the key of G major, so let's do that. Let me think here. First of all, let's make it, can we make it 32? I can. Or do we just make it 16? 16 is 1 measure. Hey, Michael and Atheos. Yeah, man, I needed it today too. I actually took a day off, and I've been kind of like looking forward to this all day, and had some ideas going in, and then I stumbled into taiko drums, and went, okay, this is our tempo. This is it. This is our tempo. Like, this is gonna dictate the whole song, and it has just that feel, that groove, that push is what we got to deal with here. So like, be cool to have it sometimes go up to a B on top. Well, we can do that with chance operations. So let me think. So gate, 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 and then gate, 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 gate. And then occasionally hitting that B. Octave up. Hey, wait, you supposed to be on, Mr. Wait, what? Why step 7 off? What is happening with Mr. Oh, did I just accidentally mute it? I must have. Derp. Yeah, let's turn off this one and we'll turn on that one. So it'll be like, we're just doing octaves. And then we'll do step 13. That's going to get that there chance operation of 100% probability. And it's going to go up, what, 4 half steps? But it's only going to do it on the even number measures. Okay. All right. And then we just need to patch this guy. Pitch. Let's use the... Yeah. Oscar Tria has been an enjoyable item for a bass. It makes me very happy. I'm intrigued by their new one, too. Oh, you son of a bitch. You're not gonna reach, are you? Are you gonna reach? No, you're not gonna reach either. You both suck. Now I gotta be old dangly cables all over the place. Yeah, we'll use the thin guys at least, and we'll take up less real estate up there. It's like 2 of these are just as wide as like 1 of these things. Like, you know, it's a low profile. Meh. Meh. Your profile's very low. Meh. That guy, and then this guy goes to this guy, and then we do this thing with this guy. Oh, hi. Do we have sub in there? Oh, y'all clipping, ain't you? Yeah, yeah. There's our sub. I mean, if you want it. Delicious. Delicious. Okay, and then we need to do a gate and an envelope and all of that happy horse shit. Use small kibble. Hello, small kibble. We'll put you in 4 because 4 is closer. What are you set at? You are way too long. Something like that. Just like... We are sorry. Your cable is too short. Or do we put that into the drive? We could just do both, right? I mean, I don't know, let's try it. Let's see what it sounds like with both drive and filter frequency. Clean. that much. Signal's hot. Hey, Sean. Nice. One thing I don't like is that this is just like, it just feels quiet. Like the taiko drums are just quiet. They're just too quiet. I've actually already re-recorded them louder, and they're still just like quiet. Much louder though, and I start overloading the input on the Stardust. It puts in its own
tape saturation effect.
Distortion, you know. Okay, what else? What else do we need with this thing here? Well, we need some chords for sure. I need to think on this one. Probably like whole note, I suppose. Let's see here. So this is going to be transpose. Dude, I think I only went fishing this summer like 5 times. I don't know. I opted for disc golf more than fishing, I guess. But, like, no reason one can't do both. I mean, I was just lazy. Bad. And, like, now's the time. Now's the time. Love that fall bass, you know? But I don't have a boat. I just do pond fishing, so bank fishing, and it's like completely up to chance whether or not you're going to get anything, or whether something is just completely like fished out and lame. Okay, let's go up 5 for 2 measures and then go back to 0. And then we'll do the cornball thing. No, we'll go to the A minor and then to the C and then to the G. So it'll be like... I always have to drive everywhere, of course, but like that is the norm for around here. So, but yeah, they've built a lot of subdivisions in the area around the towns around me, especially newer ones. They all have to have like a storm overflow pond, and they have to keep them stocked. And those are the ones that are like hidden. It just depends on who happens to live in that neighborhood, because most people don't drive deep into some neighborhood to find a pond, but I do. And yeah, I've caught some monsters from these out of the way little little like sewage ponds, basically. Not sewage, but you know, it's just storm runoff. Okay, so there's our thing. Now, what I haven't done yet at all was set up any kind of scenes or anything weird. So what I want to do is duplicate that A pattern, go back into A1, turn off the subsequencer. Okay. And that should really be the only difference in all of my parts, unless I make... Yeah, the hollows is massively overfished. Massively overfished. But it's beautiful, and the water is just absolutely crystal clear. So yeah, it's really nice. I've seen muskie in there. People always rumored it, and like, dude, there was at least a 46, 48-inch muskie cruising around in the shallows as of at least a couple of years ago. And so the rumors don't, you know, that's it. That's it. You know, they're there. So... Oh yeah, it's all like we used to go there when I was in high school and like cliff jump. Now it's all developed and stuff, and you can't. There's nothing in there like that anymore. They've kind of graded things, and there's a road that goes around and a whole bunch of hiking trails and stuff like that. But the pond is still there, you know, and the main lakes and all of the other little ones. Yeah, and then down the street from that, there's this little JC's Park, it's called, and it's got this long pond on it. It's like a mud bottom. It's like businesses are all around it, like right next to the Walgreens and stuff. And like, I pulled like a 40-inch northern pike out of there a couple of years ago, on my way to teach lessons too. So it's like I'm sitting there trying not to get a bunch of fish slime on me, trying to take a picture of this massive fish, which I believe is on my Facebook page somewhere. Like, I had photographic evidence. I think it was monstrous. And yeah, I think the carp have taken over. You know, they tend to choke out other species, and it's really unfortunate. So let's get another part going down here. I want to do something with... Okay. I wanted to do something with the demon core, like a bouncy kind of, you know, the typical super saw detuned lead kind of thing that you hear in many songs. I think the best thing to do right away is just to send it straight into chorus. Don't bore us. Put it through chorus. and then into a filter that's close. Will this reach? Yes, but maybe not this one. And it's not even all that tense. Huzzah! Okay, so I'm trying to do some communication with a client right now. Uh, yeah, I made him a disc with a sloth on it, and it's okay. It's all right. It came out okay. See, it's got a little sloth. See, there's my little slothy guy. It's like a cartoonish kind of looking sloth, and he's very happy. Okay, what did I want to do here? I had this part in my mind earlier, and now it's like gone, partially. Partially. Um, Trip tilt. What's going on? Da-da-dun, da-dun. I want to make this 16 faux show. Da-dun, dun. Do-do, do-do-do. And we do like long, short gate patterns too. Which are always enjoyable. Okay, now speaking of which, we'll just leave it. That's fine. Four voices is okay. Could make this an octave. Get a kick going. Needs to be tighter. about 50%. Let's go a little bit shallower. The chorus kind of takes off the edge somewhat. Oh, you know what though? Let's go depth higher and just turn the mix down. That's easier. 30%. Yeah, see, it gets a little crisper. Crank up the input. There we go. Oh, that's right. Can you? Shit. Res. And absolutely some stereo panning.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna set up some nice pads, I think. I think this will call for that. I'm trying to turn on the Hydra synth. Okay, yeah, I need a MIDI controller up here. So, turning on the Hydra synth. And then maybe we'll just use some, like a really basic ass Reason soft synth. Although something maybe like wavetable-y would be cool. That actually would be really cool. Let's grab a Europa synth here. Thank you, Reason Companion. Thank you. No. No. Like, see, something like that is not bad, because that like, pulsing we'll all get just gooified by the R bar. Okay, it's already patched. I just don't have an output patched because for some reason I took that cable out, even though I was going to use it again. So it would be good to actually have some audio. Who needs audio? Sheesh. Alright. Okay. Cool, bro. Only suckers turn knobs by hand. Am I right? Oh, isn't that? Isn't she lovely? Yes, it is. It's very nice. What the hell? That is the wrong thing. Alright, cool. Alright. Oh, it's not on, that's why. You should hear it start to flex up and down a bit. Yeah, okay. Next one. Now a nice happy C. And now a nice A minor. That should do it. Just need the 3. Okay, now a control track from the Vector. That's part 6. Sneaking in through here. There we go. Boom, layer. Alright, so what this means is... Let's stop all of this. Go to part 6. And what do we need? We need it 8 parts long, and we need it to be a whole note. Okay. Alright, so here's the thing, though. A2, we clear. A1, we duplicate. Now, A1, we actually only make it 1 part long. And we make it a C3. And then turn on a gate. And that's it. That guy done. Now we go to A2. And we got to do some different shenanigans here to make this work. Gates are all on. I think it goes what does it go? A, does it go A first? God damn it. Part 1, I gotta check and make sure. Nope. Okay. Part 6, doing the thing. So we're gonna go G3, G3, C3, and then we go C4. Oh, oh no, we've passed it. Oh God. And then G3 and then C3. There. Okay, so that should do it. And then we go to our scenes and we go part 6 is going to be A1, and here it's going to be A2. Okay. So now we just have a C doing our C thing. And if we switch it, it should match. A minor sounds weird. Okay, I'm going to re-record the A minor part. Because there's something goofy with it. It don't sound right. I might have played the wrong thing. I might have put in like an E minor or something. It's kind of almost sounded like it at first. Oh, god damn it. And I got rid of my synth, and now I have to find that patch again. Oh god. Should not be difficult. Thank you, Reason Companion. Once again, thank you. It's called Bright Colors, yeah. Alright, that should be all I need, I think. Alright, now let's test it. Oh. Yeah. There we go. And then I need to move these gates forward quite a bit, so they trigger that part early. That's a thing. That's a thing, and it's working. Now we double check scenes and stuff here. I think that's the only. Those are the only two parts that need to change with with the scene. So that should be good to go. It's all kind of like dialed in automatically, which is lovely. It's very, very nice. Let's see here. What can we do? We could do a lot of things. Oh my god, we can do so many things. yeah. Yeah, it's too damn happy. Well, I have a feeling, as it often does, that it's going to start sounding like synthwave or something like that. It'll be like a heavy dose of synthwave, so that kind of fits right in. That works. Okay, let's see. We's gonna hook up this here Weston guy, but I think. No, you know what? I'm gonna use it just as like a dual saw with some detune, and just roll it into a stereo oscillator here, or a stereo filter. Just keep it simple. And then we'll put this guy into sea legs. And then will that guy reach? I don't think it will. Wait, yeah, it will. Easily. Huzzah! We have conquered. Yeah, alright, cool. It's on. All the settings are on. Cool, bro. Cool, bro. Is that a light right there? That is. I don't think I've ever seen it lit. That's lit, bro. Now we just need some notes. Thinking just like a 6-note arpeggio would be kind of fun. Boo, boo, boom, boom, boom. Wow, wow. Oh, hi. This guy is going to go down two whole steps on the odd numbers. And then on this one, we're going to go chance of probability 100%. Just a little bit. Let's use stochastic function generator, a little bit more CV movement. is ace. It is very, very, very good. Okay, let's grab something else here then. How about like a nice fifths part from like a chainsaw going into this here. Doink. And then sub doink. We'll go not octave, but a fifth up. Yeah. Okay. Part 4. Hey, if you have a decent technical foundation, you should be able to play a part like that without, too much of an issue. Yeah, let's use this guy on this guy with this guy and those guys. All right, gate envelope. This may have to be the last green part that I use because it's taking over. Even though I love green. that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna just like completely cut down the entire like volt per octave just because reasons? Okay. That's cool. Oh, we missed it. But happy 420 for those of you in the Midwest.
Leave us manufacture an analog acid lead. Yes, let's do this.
Let's use the even VCO, just because like I never do, like no real reason other than that. But that's an okay reason. And then into Das Cinnamon, and that guy into here. Yup. Now, I probably should check the tuning on this thing too. Because it's been a while. Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a while since I've used it. And I think the last time I used it as an LFO. So it's going to be all goofball right now. Hey, Floor. Thanks, man. Well, that just sounds terrible. Woohoo! Yeah. Yeah, that's really awful. Unless like you just do like no. We need some FM action on this guy, and then we need some. house is just on the edge of breaking up, and it's really weird. Okay, wait. Hey. Let's do a thing. Let's do a real quick thing here. Let's do a, Hello, Jeffrey. I thought you've been here for a bunch of these live. I mean, that's pretty much the only time I do anything is just, you know. Yeah, fucking work jobs, man. Tell you what. Let's change this to time, and we'll just put a sloths on it and see how it changes it. There we go. This is the Bastel cinnamon filter, by the way. A particularly lovely little guy. And then they just went and made it 5 HP like a bunch of weirdos. What a bunch of weirdos. 5 HP. Who does that? Yeah. Actually, the NIN expander for the Zadar is, I think, 3. So, and then the Pico low-pass gate is 3. And my next case, I'll just get 171 HP. Just some really weird number. Standard case length plus 3. Just in case. No, it's fine. You can have an extra HP just spacing between modules. It adds to ventilation. Ventilation. I kind of feel the need for a different light color. Oh, now we're underwater. Oh, shit. Duh, that's way better. It's much dimmer for me than it is on camera. I will tell you that. Like this here camera, this main one is like pretty passable at low light, but frame rate still not ideal, and that annoys me. Can't beat the mirrorless, you know? In fact, we could just try this view for a while and see. New part. We got part 5. We got part 7 I haven't used yet either. Let's see. I wish I could get a vocal sampled in here, but I can't, unfortunately. If wishes were fishes and something like that, I don't know. Let's do part 7. We'll do a kind of like I like to do a sparse melody, like something that, you know, like in this case, maybe we'll make it an 8th note part. Could even make it like a weird, like a 7-note arpeggio, which would be kind of cool. Could have a chord part. Chord part would be interesting. It's already set up to be polyphonic, so like... If you're curious about that, by the way, and I know some people probably have questions, don't hesitate to ask if you ever do. But the vector sequencer has 2 MIDI outs, TRS MIDI. So if you take a TRS cable to TRS, then you can just plug MIDI directly in, and the Dimension and the Demon Core take MIDI in, and they're polyphonic. And then you can just set up chord parts and polyphonic parts on the vector and stuff. And you have polyphony in your modular, and it's really, really easy. And, yeah. I don't know about this whole octopus system, you know? No, it's probably super dope. I was talking to somebody who had spent some time on one of those, on a system with that. And they were not super convinced. And yeah. Let's see. We also probably need like a noise sweep. That'd be easy to do. Let's do that real quick. While I, in the back of my mind, think of what do I do with this Dimension voice part 7. We'll just put this guy directly into channel 2. I don't know why channel. Oh, hi. We need this into an envelope. D should be set already. Yeah, 6.63 volts is the perfect level. So the key is you set your high pass filter to a level where it cuts off, completely cuts off all frequencies, and then you just sweep the low pass. It's like, and then it's a matter of timing and voltages. So just like, you know, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. Y'all too loud though, buddy. Cool. Okay, cool. Dimension part. Or here's what we do. We just sculpt a nice long melody. How about that? We'll set up a good rhythm. Eighth note, so bum 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 bum. Let's do the first part of that really quick and get the pitches done. Bum bum bum. It's easy as fuck. G, F sharp, G, D. Yeah, dude, I found those taiko drums on Splice, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's like a super, super dope beat. And the whole song was basically built around using those. I kind of feel like resampling them, though. Re-recording them, even hotter. Because they're just a little bit too quiet to compete in the mix. And if I get a little tape saturation, that's not the end of the world. So, yeah, I may have to do that again. I may have to except I closed the app. Boo! Boo this man! Boo! Okay, we got that. This part 7. Let's actually hook up the voice instead of just staring at it. You gonna stare all day, or are you gonna patch something? I'm gonna stare all day. Sea legs would be a good destination for this guy too, because
We could use some echo and reverb and all of that happy stuff. Yay.
You know, so think about when you buy a piece of gear. Like, let's say you're a guitarist and you buy a pedal. How long does it take you to, like, learn that pedal? Right? I don't know of anybody... Actually, that's not true. I do know of people who have bought huge systems. And it was a mistake. They got lost in it. So, like, you just learn one module at a time, and then you start to realize what they can do with each other. And then, like, every module, it's like changing a neuron, and all of a sudden, you have, like, new connections between things. So, yeah, my my theory is that getting new modules and buying gear when you're into modular and you make music with modular is like a necessary part of doing it. Like that's part of why we do. Otherwise, we just get a synth. We would just buy a synth with like a built-in sequencer, and big deal. Or you'd use a DAW. But it's the fact that I can just be like, chonk, slot something new in, and like, oh, now my sound is different, and everything is like, yeah. Dude, I have probably about 5 albums worth of finished material, and have I released any of it? No. I've done nothing. And that's just on me being a lazy ass. And that's very sad. Like, I have a whole synthwave album that I'm kind of proud of. Like a concept album. Haven't done anything with it. Nope. Let's hear this part. That's cool. Let's get a longer envelope, though. Number one. Like, way longer release time, buddy. Okay. Second of all, we need to go up an octave, at least. Yeah. There you go. Cheesy. I have tried Big Bitwig. I'm kind of a Reason fan. Because whatever the reasons. It's the first DAW I ever had. I've had it since like version 2, and I love it. Like it fits perfectly for me. And I'm a hardware guy. I grew up on hardware and stuff. I'm an older dude. There we go. Get a little wavetable movement going down. Let's turn detune off. How about that? Yeah, that gives it kind of a spooky spread. No, let's pick this up, though. It's plenty loud through the filter, that's for sure. Yeah, I've played with the grid, actually. And it's pretty cool. The problem is I have no patience now, and like trying to learn a new thing, and you're sitting there just on the struggle bus for like hours, and I just rage. That would be interesting, Trip Tilt. Dude, I'd love to. I'd love to involve other people, in projects and stuff. And part of that is, pure laziness. Let's do the second half of this melody here, though. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, this could be interesting. This is going to be like. stole the melody. I stole it. As soon as I whistled it, I was like, come with me and you'll see in a world of pure imagination. That calls for just a little bit of Rhodes. Time for that copyright strike. Okay, there we go. Sorry, federal law. It had to be done. There's Mr. Rhodes with the hydrosynth on top. Hi, Mr. Rhodes. Goodbye, Mr. Rhodes. How does this sound? Oh, it's the real deal. Signs of life? No. But I could learn it in about 15 seconds, in theory. Let's get a little modulation in that filter. And I can use this little stochastic function generator to guide. He's always spitting out happy little random LFOs. Not familiar. Okay, now we need to make this guy a little more interesting than just that infinite repetition thing going down. First of all, let's put the reset on this part. Let me think. How long do I want the reset to be? 16 beats? That seems like a good idea. Okay. So 16 beats, so that every 4 measures it's going to reset, and it's a 4 measure part. Okay. So what we can do is put some strange Yeah, all right. I keep an eye out. Sure. I'm always up for interesting new channels. I'm going to put it in. And I have subscribed. Wait, that's a topic. I don't want to subscribe to a topic. I would like to subscribe to the dude. He's got 36,000 subscribers. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check him out. Okay, so the thing is, I need like basically 2 more parts here, maybe 3. This one, which is, I guess, pretty much ready to go. I'm not quite perfectly happy with it 100% yet. So let's do some weird shit with the probability here. Like something simple, like here we'll rest. We'll rest about 25% of the time, but only on the fourth measure. So basically every other repetition, it should have some gaps. Oh, we could also set up an octave sequence. That would be cool. Put it on random, 4 steps, on octave, one of them. Hey, Jojo. Making some incredibly corny shit tonight. It's incredibly corny. It's going to be happy. Alright, that's an easy part. We can... I gotta make sure that it's set. Yes, it is set to do, and then we can mute it. Part 8 should be set. Part 5 I have not used. Let's do something with that. Maybe like a really nasty, distorted lead kind of a thing. That would be kind of fun. Let's whip something up. Let's go with the warp core. We'll go into the distortion. Every time JoJo shows up, I'm like, uh-oh. I better make something angry. He's into that gent shit, aren't you? Aren't you? Just admit it. I need longer cables, bro. I love the chugging guitar, though. I do. That's one thing. Oh, wait, I can't. I'm using it already. Motherfucker. Okay, wait a minute, then. Who... Okay, let's just take a single out, and let's do an experiment here. Let's run it into the E490 filter, and we'll just use, like, the clip thing on it. So if you push that guy for the input, you can actually overdrive the inputs. Similar to like on a Mini Moog, how you could put the like the headphone output back into the filter input and cause it to make like an internal feedback loop and like distort a little. Not a huge amount. I mean, it was just a little bit, but yeah, that's like a big part of that Mini Moog sound, you know. Okay, what do we want this thing to be here? All right, let's try something first of all. Let's just turn this on and see what it sounds like. I thought I would be hearing it, but no, it's not. Oh, yeah, that... Really? Really? That's what you're gonna give me? That's better. Okay, let's chill just a little bit on that and send out a envelope and stuff into it. Or here's what we can do is use a Quadrax envelope. Just kidding. Won't reach. Just need a longer cable. That there guy is way too long, bub. Like, way too long. Okay, that's super annoying. Yeah, I thought you were gonna sell that to me, but fine. You do you. You do what you want, you know. I could always use another delay. You'd probably want extra for it, though. Now let's modulate the living hell out of those warpers. Let's also set up an octave subsequence on this guy. But let's make it like half note long, and let's be like... So it's actually like consistent, part of a longer path, you know? That's a lot of rich sound, man. That's really pleasant. All right. He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing. Cool, bro. Oh wait, did we set that to... No. Okay, cool. That should be good. Now we just have one more like lead thing to set up, and then we in jammy time. Let's see here. Let's make this guy pink. Not that you can tell. Pink, red, doesn't matter. Especially under a blue light. We definitely need this. And who be lead duty today thing stuff. Ensemble oscillator? Sure, why not? Oh no. Oh no, I'm using orange cables instead of red. Oh no, we've broken the color chain. I ran out of red cables because I used them for all of my drums. Terrible. Terrible, terrible thing. Oh my god. You know, I need to do something about replacing the radio music, because I really miss that module. Is this fifths? I think it is already. Hell yeah. That's exactly what I was hoping for. You're in, aren't you? Yeah. Modulate the D2? No. Boo! Boo this man! No, we can what? We can do twist though? It's probably gonna be way too much. No, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, see, it's too much. Could use a little bit, though. A little bit is okay. Thanks, Nadia. Welcome. Yeah, I'm about to actually start the jam here, so more of a fully finished piece, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. There's no good names for these things. So, I was thinking though, I do have a mixer channel left. You know, it'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool to trigger like a cool, like a little oscillator sound effect, like a little. You know what I mean? A little twibbity thing, a little fairy wing dust thing. You know, I think that'd be kind of fun. I already have a noise sweep, which is that's he's doing his noise sweep thing. So let's think here. How do we want to do this? I guess the first thing would be to pick a filter. So we can go analog with this. That'd be perfectly fine. Just or like mono. I mean, not analog, because it's gonna go into the C leg, so it's gonna be all schwapped to the gills, anyways. So let me get a filter patched, and then an oscillator into that. And then, let me think though. I'm going to need a VCA. So, do I have a filter with a VCA built in that's still left? No. Wait, yes, I have the piston Honda. Nah, we'll just use it. We'll just manually use a VCA. So let's just
Get out of the way, but
okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Yeah. So we want that guy down, and we want he's all set up. Now I just need to duplicate an envelope. So let's go this channel 3 right here. One side of that is entirely too long, but that's beside the point. Now, one side of this is going to go to the VCA, and then the other side is going to go up here yonder to our volt per octave of our primary oscillator. Okay. You with me? You're not with me. Primary oscillator, let's use a triangle wave. Doing the things that a triangle wave does. Or something. Do we have anything yet? Okay, now we just adjust the other one. We go FM in from the other oscillator. And we put that on a triangle wave. Too much. There we go. Fucking UFOs, baby. Space invaders? Anyone? That's literally, this is when the UFO flies over the top, and it's like, oh jeez. No, we're gonna need to, where's that envelope going? It's going to the VCA, but the other side of it needs to go to, okay, it's doing that. Should be ready to go then. So theoretically, if I hit this button, it should go. I hear nothing. Nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? What's channel C doing? For one thing, it's way too short, and it needs to be like closer to like 6 or 7 seconds, so that might help things. Oh, it's not triggering. That's why. I haven't enabled the trigger yet. Okay. That guy. And I need to make sure. I think it's actually set on 16 whole notes right now, and that's not probably good. Yeah, let's put it on 8. 8 measure, trigger, there, and now it should go. Yeah. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we turn the delay and the reverb on, and we go. Okay, now that should probably be way lower. A little bit faster, too. Schwibbity jibbity. See what I mean? That's pretty much the sound. And I think we are jam ready. Attention, oh lovely viewers. How am I doing that? That is an oscillator is acting as an LFO. Going into the other oscillator. Okay. Way detuned. And then there's a trigger every 8 measures.
Bah.
That's triggering a long envelope that's going not only to the VCA but also to the pitch of the sound generating oscillator. But the oscillator has the FM in also, so it's doing basically cross FM, right? Just as an LFO. What we could do too is think about the filter frequency. In fact, we could use a high pass filter and that might work better. 12, and this should be, no, that's band pass, that's high pass. Okay, let's adjust this a little bit more. Means I have to turn on the mixer channel. Okay, no. Let's hear that again. Yeah, see, now it's all tinkly and there's no low end. I've just completely rolled it off. Excellent. And we're gonna mute that for now. Okay. Attention, photosensitive viewers. You should not watch this, or at least watch it from a heavily cushioned surface. Yeah, that's it. I'll try to stretch this out as long as I can, within reasons of taste. sometimes the major scale is a temporary fix for all the shit that the world is shoveling at you. I still hear noises. Who's making noises? I don't know. That's a fun one. Good times. Anyways, I'm out here. Sunday night, ambient, some sort of delicious sound-based goo. So, anyways, thanks for joining me. And, hopefully I'll see you soon.